Okay, so I thought I would make another video because I am procrastinating studying. But before that, there's something that I have to say. Go Panthers! Woo! Our pharmacy school women's basketball team won the national championship in basketball. Basketball, we're a freaking pharmacy school. We nerds beat out basically a bunch of other teams in the second division of some kind of league, and we won for basketball. Go us. So I'm going to talk to you about a couple things today. And guess what they're about? Can you figure it out now? It's healthcare! Yay, you see the stethoscope? Stethoscope, healthcare, doctors. I don't know what you want from me. It's Monday. I'm trying. So the first thing that I'm going to talk to you about today is the girl that got cured of HIV. Cured of HIV? That's right, Vicky. Kind of. So in case people, live under a rock and they don't know about the story, I'll give you a TLDR version. A 2-year-old girl, she's 2 years old now, when she was born, she had HIV. And how did she get that HIV? Well, her mother wasn't aware that she had HIV, and so it passed from mother to baby. Now, within 30 hours of being born, doctors gave her antiretroviral medications. I'm saying that 3 times. Antiretroviral, antiretroviral, antiretroviral. So, long story short, 2 years later, now, the girl is functionally cured. What does functionally cured means? That means that she's not necessarily exhibiting any of the symptoms of HIV or AIDS, but she still has a small amount of RNA or DNA, the molecular components, I guess, the most important parts of the virus in her. So let's totally ignore the fact that the mother had no prenatal care and she wasn't aware that she had AIDS, and just focus on the fact that this baby girl was cured. Now, the pharmacist in me is going through all the different possible scenarios of, how this happened. And one of the main components that I think of and come up with is that the girl was given a higher than normal dose of these medications. Basically, that means that she got a dose higher than what newborns usually get when they're born with HIV. So, as amazing as this is, it's important to look at all the different components. So, what race is the baby? What is her lifestyle? Can you say lifestyle for a baby? But yeah, lifestyle. Did the mother always give her medications and all of these different things before we can come up with the broad conclusion that, oh my god, we need to give high-dose antiretroviral therapy to all newborns with HIV. It will actually be very interesting to see if she ever relapses, because she still does have some latent virus particles in her. Life and death. I think that should probably be the title of the video, considering that first I'm talking about a newborn baby who was basically cured of HIV. Now I'm going to be talking about some old lady who was not given CPR, and so she died at a nursing home. Damn, that was really dark. So what happened? This 85-year-old Navy veteran was found outside of his nursing home residence, I guess, in Saratoga County, and it's called the Maplewood Manor Nursing Home. So they found him unconscious, and the nurse called 911. However, because of the policies in place at the residence center, she wasn't allowed to give him life support. In fact, none of the people who work there were even allowed to provide any type of life support. So the dispatcher is like, yo, find someone else then, find like a passerby, because this guy's gonna die if you don't do anything. And that really brings up an ethical dilemma. As a healthcare provider, in this case a nurse, you have an obligation, right, a duty to help people. And regardless of your location, you should still do all that you can to help the person. Now, if this guy had a DNR in place, a do not resuscitate order, then you know what, that's absolutely understandable. You just call 911 and they take care of it. But as far as I know, the guy didn't have any DNRs. So you're not providing life support to this person because you're afraid of getting sued or even potentially losing your job from this nursing home residence place. And that's just stupid. But it's not really the nurse's fault, because that's the policy of the place that she's working at. And yes, it's stupid, but you also have to follow the laws. But once again, a lot of ethical issues. Do you follow the laws, or do you follow the fact that you need to help this person? But that also kind of brings to light another very important question. Why did this place have a policy that restricts basic life support, CPR or whatever, for their residents. If that's in place, why are the nurses even there? The only thing that I could think of is liability. But once again, when you're dealing with someone's life, it's just stupid. I'll give you an example. In pharmacies, pharmacists are able to give immunizations. And sometimes, patients get anaphylaxis or they get a hypersensitivity reaction. And one of the ways to cure that hypersensitivity reaction is to give epinephrine. However, as pharmacists, we're not allowed to administer medications. So if a patient basically, swells up and they're not able to breathe, you're not allowed to give them that epinephrine. You have to call 911 while the patient is choking in front of you. The optimist in me is looking at the positives of this situation. Maybe now all the different directors of these resident places and even lawmakers will sit down and think, man, these policies are really stupid. We're aiming to save lives, but we have policies in place that prevent lives from being saved. We should probably change that. Okay, so thank you for listening, and if I have helped you procrastinate in any way, you are very welcome. So I will see you later. Bye.